Come on, ladies. Time to wake up. Other side. Here we go. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Dalton. This is Armstead Farms, the Footlong Farmer YouTube channel. We are back on the farm. My wife and I got away for the weekend. Went down to the Big Apple to New York City. Those of you guys not from the area or from the country even, New York is a very large state. So to get from one side to the other, 6.5 hours. It was about a 5.5 hour ride for us to get to Grand Central Station. For Christmas, I got my wife tickets to see Wicked on Broadway. So the kids went with the grandparents, and we went down and had our first weekend without the kids in a long, long time. And it was nice. It was very nice. Yeah, it was one of those shows. I'm not real into musicals. She really wanted to go, and it's one of them. It's like you forget that they're like the top level of singing and dancing and all that, It's like the difference from a high school basketball game to watching an NBA game. But really great time. We spent a day in Times Square and just got to see all the sights and all of that. I think that was probably only the third time I've ever been to New York City, to be honest with you. But we had a great weekend. Got rested up. Now we are back. It's good to be back. The ladies miss me. I mean, when I showed up, they were just so happy this morning. They're like, there he is. What are you doing? So we've got a week or more of rain on the way. It rained all night last night. The weather's supposed to go up, supposed to go down. Up, down, up, down. I mean, we got days in the 60s. We got days in the upper 20s. And as I'm sure you guys can hear, we've got wind. So kind of a crappy next 8-10 days ahead of us, which stinks because we really would like to get nitrogen out onto our winter crop. Some people in central New York are plowing. I drove by a whole bunch of them yesterday on the way home. So that makes me a little bit jealous. But it is what it is. We're kind of due for a wet year. The last 5 years, we've had dry years and we've had perfect years. But we haven't had any wet years in our area. So we're due for a wet year, unfortunately. So hit that like and subscribe button, follow along, see what we get into today. Came up here to check the maternity pen here, and it looks like we just had a baby hit the ground here. Angus. I need you out of the way, Mama. Come on. It's not yours. Yours will come. Got a white spot on its head. Nice old alphabet cow. Good deal. Love to see it. Love to see it. Yeah. You have yours next. Come on. Come on. We got too many cows on this pack. Have your baby already, would you? All right. Well, morning chores are done. Up here at the woods, we got our water truck here. 41724. I just wanted to check. I couldn't remember. This is one of the trucks. I couldn't remember if I had changed the oil and stuff in it or not. And it looks like she is due. So, see if we can fire up the old 9000 here. Probably better check the oil first, I suppose. I can't get this camera to stay anywhere remotely where I want it to stay. There is, in fact, oil on the stick. It is a little bit low, but I just got to drive it to the shop. And I'm going to drain the oil anyways. I don't think I'll have filters for it, but we'll have to double check when we get down the shop. Real key, the real question, is she going to be deader than dead? She's been sitting since October up here. This old truck, for years and years, all we've done is we haul water to the dairy when the dairy gets a little low. We've got a silo down the road with a well that's big enough to fill this truck. So it's kind of like an emergency situation. And then we added on cows, and then we were hauling water every day. Then we were hauling 2 loads a day. It got out of hand. 2 years ago, we did get town water ran to the farm, so that helped. But there is a limited amount we're allowed to use. So we still keep it hooked up. When we're spraying, we will go get water to load the sprayer. And if we got free time, if it's a slow day, we'll go get water just to help the wells keep up a little bit. But since we bought our new chopper, we used to run a 7350. Now we run a 9700. Our 4 10-wheelers weren't enough. We have 3 10-wheelers that are decent, and then one of them's a 79 that works. It's got an old tire DT 466 in it, and a smaller box, but it did work. But last year, I don't know if you guys can see, we've got a dump trailer down there. It's not a big one. It's like I think it's like 24 foot. But we started hooking that up to this and running some silage with that. It's not the most efficient, but it was another truck. So let's see if she'll start. Gotta love that. Jeepers, she's been sitting forever. Grandpa must have parked it. It was left in gear. That must be an old time thing, is leaving it trucks in gear all the time. That scares me. I don't like doing that. But that's why you always check. All right, I think we can get her down to the shop then and get her changed up. I don't know, I probably should just drop the trailer, but this trailer's kind of a pain in the butt and we're not on concrete. It's a little squishy. I don't think I got blocks of wood up here. Sometimes I keep them there. They probably got robbed for something, so maybe I'll just take the whole trailer, take the whole thing. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. We changed our mind. We're gonna unhook it. I went down the shop, got some blocks. Tyler gave me a ride up here, so we're gonna drop it. It's kind of a pain getting this down to our shop, just because it's so tight around there. This is a pretty long trailer. I don't know what it is, 48, something like that. But we're gonna go ahead and just drop her here. Got my little tool here for pulling the pin. I need 2 hands for it. It's like the brakes aren't actually set where they're supposed to be on this. It's not good. Let's try this again. There we go. That's better. Put a block in front of the tires. Guess I gotta go adjust those brakes at some point, but not right now, that's for sure. All right, well, we called Napa. They got the filter, so we're gonna go grab them first. We're up here at one of our hay fields. So this is a T intersection right here. And the amount of people that have gone off the road, they've driven straight through the intersection and out into this field this winter's been outstanding. But this one's gotta be the most impressive. They landed right here. That's like 30 foot of air. That is absolutely, and they hit really hard right here, and they left half their car behind. So we figured we'd come up and get these, and there's another bumper and glass up there that we got to run and get, but that's really, really impressive, to be honest with you. Should say brand new water. Just throw that baby back in the fridge. Probably had it in the back of their truck when they ditched it and it flew out. It is too. All right, well, we got all that junk picked up. Swedes up there actually had on video the car jumping this morning into that field. I'm hoping he can get that sent to me. If he does, I'll put it in the video. Back down here, this truck, we're gonna run to Cal Diesel, get filters for it. I did call Sedams. We're gonna get 4 new back tires for it. The front 4 are good. Back 4 are pretty well shot. This one's got a big gouge taken out the side of it. So I'm gonna take this up, swap this out. We've got another 10-wheeler up there right now, getting 10 new tires, or 8 new tires on it. So we'll swap this one out. We'll drop this one off. They'll put 4 new rears. and I'll bring that one home. They do have a whole lot of equipment down here for sale or for rent. It's a pretty mean looking Mac right there, actually. Yeah, probably should come pick one of these out one of these days. Alright, got my filters, got some trailer lights that we were lacking. Also filled up my welding gas. We were empty that with that, and this is where we get all of our gas from. Look at that, they got a new Moss trailer? Yeah, new Moss trailer. Usually this time of year, they'll take a handful of their trucks, they'll slap H&S boxes on them, but looks like they got a Moss bed. That red Peterbilt's a nice one too. Yeah, they put them on their 10-wheelers and they'll sell them as silage trailers, already complete. That's pretty cool. All right, last stop. I got to run down here. There's a Davis Trailer World. Get my propane tanks filled up for the forklift, and what else takes that? Just gas grill tanks. We're gonna get them filled up. It's literally right here at the stoplight, so get them filled up while we're out, and then we'll head back. The day is flying. It's already 10 of 11, so time flies when you're having fun. We've got all new filters on there. Topping her off with oil, then we're gonna go around and grease everything here. All right, we're gonna take her to Perry, drop her off to get 4 new rear tires on her. She gets home, we gotta give her a bath. This something about when you use sand for bedding, that black just gets on the top of all these equipment. So when we get her home, we'll get her shined right up. But for now, let's go get some new tires on her, and she should be ready to rock and roll for spring. She's all greased and everything, so. Looks like Sweden's got their sprayer out. They just put on the flotation tires versus the super narrow ones. Anticipating it's going to be a wet year. Gosh, it's weird driving this thing without a trailer on it. I'm not used to bobtailing. They shift a little bit different, but yeah, that would be nice to have for our sprayer as well. Like I think I already said that in this video, but that's going to be kind of a hard thing with all this rain we're getting. We should have gotten our nitrogen on last week, but we still would have cut in even last week. But gosh, if we get the rain that they say we're gonna, we're in for a wet month here, and then we'll be into May. There's no point in putting nitrogen on our triticale 2 weeks before we cut it. We still put it on our wheat ground, but we'd like to hit that triticale with 20 gallons to the acre too, just to really give that some legs. We're gonna need all the feed that we can get this year, so yeah, we'll take the old Ford for a ride here. The way I understand the stories I've heard, back when they bought this truck and that dump trailer I showed you earlier, they used to haul, they meaning Grandpa and his brother Don, used to haul grain corn to Buffalo and Ohio, and they used to sell a lot of high moisture corn back in the day that they would deliver with this truck back when it was new. So this was probably quite the Cadillac back in the 90s when it was brand new, especially for a farm truck. She's still a gem. Like, it's a comfortable truck to run. Just that 24-foot dump trailer doesn't hold that much more, if any, than our big 10-wheelers. I shouldn't say big, than our 22-foot 10-wheelers, just because it's got a round belly on it, and I don't know, it might be 6 inches narrower as well. So it doesn't hold as much as you would think for a semi, and it takes longer to dump. Sometimes feed will get stuck up in the doghouse of it, but at this point we got to run what we got, because with that new chopper, like I said, you'd rather run this stuff and it be a little slower than have a chopper waiting for you. So another bucket's another bucket. That's how she goes. So we'll go give her some loving, and then she can get back hooked up to that trailer. All right, so we drop this truck off and bring this truck home. Got some new knobbies on there. Solid. End up doing new all. The whole back is new, so that works out. $249 a tire. That's what those came to. Which they were on the cheaper side that they had here, so what are you gonna do? You need tires. Gotta be able to move feed, gotta be able to move manure. It's part of the game. So we're actually gonna take this truck over. The vet clinic is right there. I'm gonna pick up vet supplies in the 10-wheeler. What are you gonna do? Jack said to me, he goes, "You gonna have room? We got a few cases of stuff." I said, "Well, if I run out of room here, I'll just open up the tailgate. I don't care." A little redneck, but what are you gonna do? Well, we're headed out of town now, checking out Gardew Crest's new facility they're building. That's gonna be a 120 stall rotary parlor. And they've got a real big barn off to the side of it. And I think the plan was they're going to put another one on the other side of it. I'm not sure. That's just coffee shop talk, but that's going to be quite a facility back there. The number I heard was 5,000 to 6,000 cows, something like that. But pretty impressive. So, and yeah. All right, what are you gonna do? So be it. We got the old 10-wheeler loaded right down with supplies here. So yeah, she fit. I figured it probably would. What goodies do Kellys have out on their lot here? Let's check it out. Got some rock pickers, some Massies. Got a versatile 580 sitting out there. Look at that. Woo! Versatiles are actually pretty decent machines. I've never quite understood why they're not more popular. I know they've got some little issues. The one that I ran, one of the farms I worked at had a 500 versatile that we pulled a 24-row corn planter with and did a bunch of tanking with it and stuff like that. It had a Cummins motor. The cab was probably the most comfortable cab I've ever been in. Just big and spacious and comfortable. Now that was the last year of pre-def versatile though, so I don't know what the def systems are like or any of that. And they had a couple little things that annoyed me, like there was a button to run any of the hydraulics. You had to like unlock it. There was a button you pushed to like activate the hydraulics. That was kind of annoying and seemed pointless to me, but not really. I mean, you got to literally just push a button and you can do it. So that's being pretty nitpicky. The only real thing that I didn't like on the machine is it had a single disc brake. All the brakes were powered through the single disc directly on, I think it was directly under the cab. And we had all kinds of issues with that. In fact, one time we were going down the road with a planter and we didn't have any brakes. That was sketchy. So, I mean, other than that, if you guys are versatile guys, let me know in the comments if that's still how their braking system works. But other than the brake, we really had no mechanical issues with the machine at all. That was a pretty good tractor. So yeah, I just don't understand with a Cummins motor, the big comfortable cab, they're pretty simple. I don't know, let me know if you guys have had bad luck with those before. These guys are out just getting right after it here. Got 2 holes and they got a disc ripper disc. Kind of a big deal. And they're hauling right now. And it must be a little bit drier than us. Baker and Baker milk truck, pretty sharp looking rig. These boys are really going to town on the hedgerows this year. Last year these were all hedgerows down through here. And they have really cleaned them up. guilty as anybody. We take out a lot of hedgerows. It does help dry out those outside 10, 12 rows. And, you know, obviously you don't have down trees in your crop if there are no trees. But I will admit, I do like seeing trees. I do think it's good for the deer and all of that. And I tell you what, the wind is terrible out here. If we keep it tearing hedgerows out everywhere, eventually it's just going to be one big open wind gust, which will help. I mean, again, going back to the crop itself, helps dry hay out, helps dry corn down, stuff like that. So I'm not saying it's bad. Like I said, we do it as much as anybody, but yeah, people are really getting pretty ambitious with that stuff these days. All right, to kind of finish out my day here, we got our little six-wheeler in here. It's got a little DT 466. We're gonna go ahead and do a service on this as well. This truck we use a lot when we're moving straw bales around. It doesn't hold what a 10-wheeler does, but you can really rip around with it. Dumps faster, a little more maneuverable. And we also have a fertilizer tank that we put on this. I don't know what it is, 2,500 gallon, 3,000 gallon, something like that. I think 2,500 gallon is what it is. It bolts on here. And then we've got a little platform that we bolt onto the back here with these holes here that are, we put a little pump on it. It's got a hose. This is what we tend our corn planter with, fertilizer-wise. We've got a seed tender that we pull around with a pickup truck, but we've got a little fertilizer tank that straps onto this, and yeah, so figure we might as well do a service on this, get it greased up, and we can probably just about put that tank on. We are buying straw from a neighbor right now, so we'll probably use it a couple more times to bring down a bunch of straw. But other than that, here in a couple weeks, we're gonna have to start strapping this stuff up anyways, because, you know, Grandpa comes home from Florida late April, I think. So he likes when he gets home for stuff to be ready. So in the next few weeks, this thing's got to be ready to rock regardless. So definitely a good idea to get it all serviced up right now. All right, I got that six-wheeler done and out of here. I'm just going to zing down through. This is a bar we took off of that merger. And I just put a new bar on because this one needs a tine bar bearing. That one right there is pretty stiff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down through. I'm going to replace all these teeth. They're worn all the way down below the bend here. So we're going to get these zinged off to finish the day out here. All right, well, I got that tine bar cleaned up, or, you know, rebuilt. Took both of them out to our parts room, building, barn thing, our old lean-to, where we got a lot of our stuff stored. Then we ended up going down a rabbit hole. Tomorrow we're gonna get our disc ripper pulled in, put some parts on that. And the tote of parts for that was in the back of this shop, so we just started like, what's this go to? I mean, we got parts for corn planters that we haven't had in 20 years. Disc parts for old Landalls. And I mean, we finally decided, hey, look, we're going to start purging some of this stuff. Like, we like to hold on to stuff maybe a little longer than you probably should, because it really has known, oh, what's this bearing? Oh, you never know. You might need it. We need a bearing, we go get a bearing. We don't go out in the shed looking for some old bearing in a box that's covered in dust that you can't read, you know. So ended up going down about an hour-long rabbit hole there, but oh well, what are you gonna do? That's tomorrow's problem. It is 6 o'clock. It's getting dark. It's gonna rain. We're getting the heck out of here. It's supposed to be cold tomorrow, but I guess it's not supposed to be raining, so I guess that is what it is. But anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. Hit that like and subscribe button. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. What do you think, Mr. Axel? Huh? You want to say goodbye to everybody? Huh? This is my boy Axel. Huh? Yeah, give me kisses. Give me kisses. Oh.